How do you work with someone who is very similar to you? So, in the work world, we often have partners who are different from us, but sometimes we have a partner who is very similar to us. And that can also be a challenge sometimes. Often, when we find somebody that is very similar to us, one of two things happen. Either we really just click. Oh my gosh, I like you so much. We're so similar. We think a lot alike. This is great. The danger there is we can really go down a path where we are not considering any other perspective but the one that we already share. Right? Sometimes what happens is when we have somebody who's very to us, we're real frustrated by them because often the things that frustrate us about ourselves, we see magnified in somebody else, and those things can frustrate us even more. And so then we're just like, why is this person doing this? When really we're more frustrated with ourselves. So either one of those can be an issue. But again, when we have somebody similar to ourselves, one of the things that can be really powerful is to really look at our StrengthsFinder assessment and our talent themes and go, okay, what talent themes do we have in common and where do we vary? One of the things we know is that the statistics show us that you would need to find 33 million people. You are one in 33 million people with your top 5 themes in order. Now, you actually have 34 themes, and they all have an order and they all affect how you go about things. So, the likelihood of finding someone that thinks exactly like you is basically nil, right? You are not going to find somebody who thinks exactly like you. So, sometimes when we find somebody who's very similar to us, one of the most powerful things we can do is dig into our talent themes a little bit to find out where do we vary? What perspectives do we bring to the table that we can capitalize on, that we can see from a different perspective, right? And we need to look at the talent themes we have in common and go, what is great about this? What does this really allow us to do as a team? And how might this get us in trouble, right? How might this talent theme, if we let it go crazy, get us in trouble? So, for example, I have some friends who run a business together who both have Activator in their top 5. Now, activators love to start things, but they don't always love to finish things. They love to have an idea and act on it. Let's go. And it is an influencing theme, so they encourage other people to do the same thing. These two can have so many ideas and are ready to jump and go and make things happen. You can imagine running a business, that can be really helpful. But sometimes that activator can get you in trouble because you jump on something without knowing for sure if it's really the right thing to do, if it's really going to move your business forward. And you might activate on too many things and not be able to finish them. In this particular partnership, they have learned one of them has strategic, which is helpful in really thinking through, should I act on this? So with their talent themes, they have to, when they get excited about acting on something, pause real quick and go, okay, strategic, think through, is this the right thing for us to be doing? The other partner has achiever, and achievers are really good finishers. They like to finish things. Activator and achiever together is a powerhouse, make things happen combo. And so achiever does not like to go to bed at night without everything checked off the list. They like to make sure if they've started something, they're going to finish it. And so that business partner really brings that finishing energy, that like, let's not activate on too many things and then not be able to finish them, to the table. So strategic can help them decide what are the right things to activate on, and achiever can help them finish the things that they do decide are the right thing. So when I talk about talents, I often talk about them as if you're flying a plane and each one of them is a dial. And you need to, part of talent development, part of understanding your talents is learning how to get a hold of those dials and really turn them up and down as you need to. And so in this case, these two partners have to really work together to go, right now, we both need to turn activator down just a hair while we turn strategic up. And then when they have a bunch of things on their plate and not anything is finished, they need to turn activator down a little bit so the achiever can turn achiever up. So we can really, as we understand our talents, we can really manage ourselves better and make even more powerful partnerships. by really understanding where we're similar and how we can just let that similarity make things happen. And then how can our differences help us to manage the negatives of that, the negatives of being too similar? So I hope that's helpful. If you work with someone who is very similar to you, take a look at your talent profile and see what are the other options. Where does that really allow you to just go all out because you both have a similar theme? And what themes do you have that might balance it out a little?